Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Pahrump Early Learning Academy, where we are more than just childcare.
Hi, I'm Monique Mitchell with KPVM Television. My children attend Pella and they love it. The curriculum they have is pretty amazing, and my children learn what they need at their level.
Not only are the children learning, they're having fun, and that's what matters.
I like Pella. They help you with your homework, and it's fun.
Give us a call today to tour our facility at 751-5335.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office.
Tonight on News 46, the new China Walk restaurant is packing them in. The Democrats hold their annual Jefferson Jackson dinner. And local kids are hoping to extend skate park hours with lighting. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, September 9th, 2014. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. The Nevada Department of Transportation has opened several roads following flash flooding Monday afternoon. However, Interstate 15 remains closed in both directions from mile marker 64 near Glendale, Nevada, to State Route 12 in Mesquite. Transportation Department officials were on scene at I-15 in Glendale this morning to assess the damage and plans for repairing and reopening the four-lane highway linking Las Vegas with St. George, Utah. For more information, visit nevada.com. A two-vehicle accident blocked traffic on Highway 160 this afternoon. We spoke to Nevada Highway Patrol Sergeant Carlos Rivera and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Chief Scott Lewis.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Stovall & Associates. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Stovall & Associates cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
We had a two-vehicle accident here at 116 Matthew Lane. We had a vehicle that was attempting to come out of Matthew Lane and attempting to go northbound on the State Route 160. And then we had a second vehicle, the Jeep that you see behind me right here, was traveling northbound on 160 in the slow lane approaching the intersection.
We tend to get some accidents from people exiting the Smiths here in this area. Can you give us some advice?
Basically treat it as any other intersection when you come up to it. Make sure that it is clear to go. Make sure you do not enter the intersection until it's clear to go. And I do understand that, sometimes people do get traffic backed up behind them and they feel like they're compelled to move. If it's not safe to enter into a highway, do not do so until it's clearly safe to do so as well.
There is a certain amount of pressure that comes into play when people are behind you and they're getting mad because you're not pulling out.
You know what? Safety's first. Public safety comes first. And this is the result of what happens if you let other people play into that. So we just want to remind people to be patient and make sure that it is safe to enter the intersection.
Tell me, was anybody transported?
No, ma'am.
And any injuries that maybe they declined?
I believe that they were assessed here by the Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, and I believe that both of them refused medical attention on scene.
Is anybody going to be getting a ticket?
Yes, ma'am. Once the investigation is complete, we will issue a citation.
11:30 this morning, our dispatched a report of a motor vehicle accident, unknown extent of injuries. Upon arrival, we found two vehicles located on the roadway. There was no entrapment. We assessed one. That patient opted not to go to the hospital. We're currently waiting for NHP's arrival for the investigation.
158 people attended last night's soft opening of the new China Walk restaurant on Highway 160 to benefit CASA, the court-appointed special advocates who help kids in the foster care system.
Yeah, we just moved from the old location behind the Walmart because we want to do a little bit bigger and something different with the old one. So we're spending almost 9 months to build out this restaurant.
And tonight you've opened for CASA. You're going to have the big opening tomorrow for the public?
Tomorrow we try to do the opening for public, but we still plan to do the grand opening for the I try to, because we're here for a long time. I want to help the community. I want to come back to community. I try to do some like help, some donation, some for the school or senior center. We're talking with the Chamber of Commerce. We try to do the after opening, maybe 1-2 weeks. We try to do something else.
So you're going to have your usual food, but you also added a sushi bar?
Yeah, we had a sushi bar and a hibachi grill, and grill and the Chinese style, Japanese style, and we add some more buffet table here. And
you're going to be open what hours?
We're going to open from the 11 to 9:30 weekday. The weekend going to be 11 to 10 p.m. Yeah.
And right here on Highway 160. The other location, you're completely moved out?
We try to close temporarily. We have I have a partner from the LA. He's a Thai food chef.
Oh.
We're going to remodel to the Thai restaurant.
Oh wow, wonderful.
Yeah.
And so for more information, is there a number to call? Can they make reservations? Do you have the same number?
We have phone numbers 775-727-9988. You can call in and make a reservation. And we have a party room. We can see 60 people.
We are so excited to have the soft opening of the new China Walk restaurant on 160. We've had over 100 people in the first hour come in. And as you know, people had to park out on the street because the parking lot was so full. And a portion of the proceeds tonight benefit CASA, and we're very excited about it.
So we just spoke to Jeff, who has changed his location, and this is something that you guys kind of work together on.
Yes, I was very fortunate. I made a few inquiries and found out the owner of the China Walk, and I gave him a call, and he came into my office, and we sat down and talked about helping him with his soft opening. This is kind of a dress rehearsal for his staff, but it's the food is amazing, and the restaurant is much bigger than the other one was, and we were able to work something out. Now Jeff and I become buddies.
You really liking the restaurant then?
Oh yeah, the food is wonderful. It really is wonderful. There's a lot more than there was at the other China Walk, and he's added the sushi bar and the hibachi grill, so you can order what you want and they can cook it right in front of you, and it's fun.
So if people want to donate to CASA, find out more information, how can they do that?
They can call CASA at 775-513-9514. We never turn down donations.
What a great idea to benefit CASA. And I heard that today, Jeff also gave an additional 20% of his profits to CASA. The Nye County Democrats held their annual Jefferson-Jackson dinner at the Prump Nugget on Friday night.
Well, we had our annual Jefferson-Jackson dinner tonight. It was very successful, and I hope that everyone had a great time, and we really appreciate everybody coming out.
So tell me about the guest speakers this evening.
Okay, we had Kim Warland, we had Lucy Florence, and we had Erwin Bilbray, but she could not make it. We had Andrew Martin, Congressman Stephen Horsford read letter because he couldn't make it. We had Roberta Lane, and I mean, everybody was great. I think everybody had a great time.
So lots of fun, and a fundraiser for the Democratic Party too as well.
Yes, it was for the Democratic Party fundraiser, and this is our annual event, and each year it gets better and better. We had so many silent auction gifts, and a lot of them we didn't even put out because we had so many. So next year, hopefully we will be ready.
So if people want to find out more about the Nye County Democratic Committee, how can they do that?
You can call the office from 9 to 3, Monday through Thursday. I will give you my personal cell phone number, which is 775-513-2946. I normally don't use my cell phone, so if you need to call me, you can call me at that number.
And in the coming weeks, we will have some of the actual speakers' speeches aired here on News 46 from that Jefferson-Jackson dinner. When we come back from this break, we're going to tell you about an ice bucket challenge gone wrong.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. Bay Village, Ohio police have identified those involved in an incident in which the ice bucket challenge trend was used to trick an autistic teenager into being drenched with a bucket of urine, feces, and spit. Authorities are not yet releasing the names and are not yet discussing potential charges as the investigation is not yet complete. 3 celebrities have offered a reward to find those responsible. Jenny McCarthy and Donnie Wahlberg joined Drew Carey on Sunday in offering $10,000 each. Bay Village is a suburb of Cleveland, Carey's hometown and the city where the Drew Carey show was based. We have heard that some residents there in Bay Village are now donating to Autism Speaks, which is another organization that helps people suffering from autism. Here's Noah Began with today's Angie's List report.
It's not uncommon to hear homeowners complain about contractors they've hired, but just how many people are having problems? And today's Angie's List report, the new survey shedding light on the issue and why it's time to elevate your expectations. A new nationwide survey commissioned by Angie's List is sounding the alarm on subpar service.
In a recent Harris poll, we found that 50% of homeowners who have recently hired a contractor were not happy or had problems. And the interesting part is 30% of those either wanted to or did actually fire the contractor they hired.
According to the survey, homeowners were most annoyed by contractors who left messes, contractors who showed up late, and contractors who didn't finish the job on time or on budget.
At Angie's List, our goal is to help consumers find the best possible service. But what we find is consumers still have low expectations for local service, and it's time for that to change. Consumers should really raise the bar on their expectations for the providers they hire.
Angie's List says a contract is one of the best ways to prevent problems before they start. Get all promises in writing and spell out exactly what the contractor will and will not do. Tie payment dates to job completion. And if a problem pops up, don't stay silent.
When it comes to hiring, be your best advocate. Speak up. Be clear on what your expectations are. Let them know, hey, I don't want the mess in my house in the off hours. You know, if you're spending thousands of dollars having a kitchen remodel, make sure that you've set out a clear plan for how they're going to interact when they're in your home.
When it comes to firing, the survey found men were twice as likely to have fired a contractor as women. And compared to other regions of the country, Midwesterners were the most unlikely group to fire a contractor. I'm Noah Began for News 46.
Thanks so much, Noah. Crescent Hardy, congressional candidate for District 4, vying for the seat held by Democratic incumbent Holford. We caught up with Hardy at the men's breakfast held recently at Assemblyman James Oscarson's office.
I think it's going fairly well. It's exhausting at times, traveling all over the state, but I love it. I enjoy being a resident of Nevada and being a citizen of Nevada because it's the greatest place in the world. People wonder why I like it so much. I like to say Nevada is a neck of geology, and I enjoy geology. So there's no trees covering up our geology out there, but it's great to meet people. I get to learn about their issues and their problems, their challenges, and we're finding out that it's kind of what I'm running on. People are worried about the jobs and the economy, balancing the budget, and reducing the deficit.
Let's talk a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm 5th generation son of farm and ranchers out of Mesquite, Nevada. My grandfather was actually the first baby born in Mesquite. My great-great-grandfather was the original settler of the valley. So we've been around since the 1870s. People ask, why did you do this, or why would you do this? This is something that I never dreamed that I'd take the opportunity to do in my life. To run for Congress or any other political office, to be right honest with you. It was the way I was raised. My father was quite a stern individual, a colorful mouth at times. He'd tell me, son, don't come to me with a complaint unless you got an answer how to fix it, because you sure as hell ain't going to like the one that I got. And then another one of the quotes that he always said, son, if you want the horse or the buggy to go where you want it to go, you got to have control of the reins. So I want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. That's the reason I get involved. I like to believe that because of my family values and making sure that we were solid in our understanding of the Constitution, we were reared that way, that our founding fathers were inspired individuals that created a nation. Some call it that comment of laboratories of industry, the American experiment, and I think it's where we need to stay on track, and that's the reason we are failing as a nation right now, is due to the fact that we're losing those the knowledge of that Constitution and the value of it.
More news when News 46 returns.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444.
A young Indiana mother was gagged with chloroform and held captive for 2 months, forced to wear a dog collar tethered to an intricate restraint system, and kept in a wooden cage built by one of her sadist captors. The woman was repeatedly beaten and raped until a stranger risked his own life to rescue her. The woman's accused captors are now behind bars, charged Monday with a litany of offenses. Police said the victim's ordeal began July 9th when the 30-year-old left the Evansville, Indiana apartment she shared with her boyfriend after the two had a booze-filled argument. She accepted a ride from an acquaintance that saw her walking the streets. Local skaters are hoping to get funding and possibly have lighting installed in the Justin Levitt Skate Park located in the Ian Deutsch Memorial Park. We caught up with the group over the weekend.
I like the park, but there's cracks and there's a little bit of bumps in the bowl that need to be fixed. But other than I like it, but I just don't like when kids spray paint and stuff, because then they paint, and then there's certain parts where we drop in that smooth and we can't find them because we find them because of the tire marks. And it just sucks, because they're tearing up the park and it's hurting the bikers here and stuff.
So you skate and ride your bike all the time here. How old are you?
14.
14? How old are you?
12.
And so tell me a little bit about what else you would like to have done here.
I would like to have lights, because in the wintertime it gets dark at 6, then I have to be home by 8. And I have 2 more hours of riding left. That's 5 tricks I can learn right there. And then what sucks is we don't have lights to practice, and sometimes the soccer come on, but there's a glare and a shadow, and it's you hit a jump and you can't really see where you're gonna land, and it's really scary.
So it'd be nice to have lights out here, right?
Yeah, so it wouldn't be all glary, because the lights would be actually shining down on the park and not the soccer field.
It would extend the hours. I hear that the Teen Advisory Board is looking for lights, and you guys are hoping to get this fund.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to lights. I'm looking forward to riding on Friday nights and stuff. But when we have movie nights in the summertime, our friend Spencer, he plugs in a light, and we have a light right there. We have a little session stuff in the movie nights. But it's fun because we would like to ride the rest of the park too, and do our other lines, but we can't because we can't see.
So how many kids do you think are normally out here on a typical day?
15, 20.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And it gets pretty packed on some certain holidays, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Labor Day.
Like Labor Day. The school's gonna be off, and there's gonna be kids coming here. But
so how do you think that people can support getting lights out here?
They can support getting lights if they show that they ride hard and they care, and they
fundraisers,
and they don't mess the park up and spray paint.
And after their meeting with me, I also gave them some information on some possible grants, so we're hoping to go forward with that. Janae Rice, wife of suspended NFL player Ray Rice, apparently posted a statement today on Instagram calling their situation a nightmare. Her husband, Ray Rice, was originally suspended for 2 games, a punishment that many considered too lenient after an assault on his wife. Rice was just 2 weeks away from returning to the gridiron when the new video surfaced, and the Ravens and the NFL acted more severely. He was released by the Ravens, and the NFL suspended him indefinitely from football. The new video shows the football player punching Janae Rice, his fiancée at the time, inside an elevator at a hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey 7 months ago. She appears to lunge at him, and he strikes her so hard she drops to the ground face first. Then he appears to drag her limp body out of the elevator. Let's join Angela Miles with today's First Business Brief.
This is the First Business Brief for Tuesday, September 9th. I'm Angela Miles. Alibaba is already popular. Reports say hundreds of hedge fund, mutual fund, and other institutional money managers are lining up for the chance to invest in Alibaba. The Chinese e-commerce company is expected to price shares between $60 and $66. That stock could debut next week. In reaction, Yahoo shares jumped 5%. Yahoo has a 23% stake in Alibaba and stands to net about $8 billion by selling some of its stock. An iconic iconic American appliance company has been sold to a Swedish firm. Electrolux is paying $3.3 billion to acquire GE appliances, including Frigidaire. The combined companies are likely to have an effect on factories and jobs in the U.S. And young Americans are ditching plastic. Bankrate.com reports 63% of millennials are credit cardless. It's because they don't want to take on more debt than they already owe. That's the First Business Brief. I'm Angela Miles.
Thanks so much, Angela. When we come back from this break, we'll have your weather.
Brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Tuesday, September 9th. Today we had sunny skies with a high of 89 degrees. A little cooler outside than it usually is. Your average temperature around this time of year is 97 degrees. Still felt really hot outside though, but that's because of our humidity, which was all the way up at 23% today. Winds were coming from the southwest today at 6 miles per hour with gusts up to 12 miles per hour, so we had some pretty moderate winds out there. The UV index today was 6, which is high. Sunrise was at 6:22 this morning, and the record high in 1944 was 108 degrees. Well, tonight we'll have clear skies with a low of 67 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year, pretty low winds this evening. Humidity will be right up there at 31%, so humid evening. Sunset will be at 7 o'clock, and the record low in 1941 was 50 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies with a high of 93 degrees and a low of 68 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south-southwest at 3 miles per hour with gusts up to 6 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 21%. Sunrise will be at 6:22 a.m. and the UV index will be 8, which is very high. 4 hour, 7-day forecast will have lots of sunshine for you. Your high temperatures will be starting off in the low 90s, working their way up into the high 90s at the end of this week. And your low temperatures will be starting off in the high 60s, going into the low 70s through these next 7 days.
Thanks so much, Noah. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46 from everyone up here at KPVM-TV, including Patrick, Noah, and Darby. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Have a great night.